and it is my great pleasure to introduce her to you. We share one thing in common, and we share a lot in common in terms of our views. We've both been viciously attacked by Rush Limbaugh, and we wear it as a badge of honor. Will you give a warm California welcome to Sandra Fluke? Thank you, California. I love you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's so nice to get such a warm welcome from my home state. It's unfortunately been too many weeks since I've been able to be back home in Los Angeles, but unfortunately, well, fortunately, we're not a swing state, so I've been traveling a bit lately. I want to thank the Senator so much for that kind introduction. And thank all of you for joining me here this morning, for having me. But I wanted to use this time to take a step back and think about why we're here and what it is that we're fighting for. Because sometimes at political conventions, I think we can get too focused on the micro, on the political, if you will, on focusing on us versus them, or specific policies and political infighting. And we could forget what we're really fighting for. What I'm here this week to fight for is for equality of opportunity. And I'm not sure that's been made clear enough, because there are others at other conventions, let's say, who want to define what we're fighting for and what our policy objectives are about. They want to say that we want free stuff. That's why we're advocating for the contraception policy under the Affordable Care Act, because we want free stuff. And the reason that we fight for fair pay is because we want free, more money in our pocketbook, and that it's all about gimme, 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 and specifically that my generation is the entitlement generation that focuses only on what we're entitled to. I'm here to tell you that's incorrect. What my generation believes we're entitled to is equality of opportunity. And ultimately, that's really what these policies we're fighting for are about. When we talk about access to contraception, affordable access to contraception, and all reproductive rights, the ability to determine when you start a family and how many children you have, and the timing of that, for women specifically, that is absolutely essential to our ability to follow our dreams, to pursue the education we hope to achieve, and to navigate a successful career path. It is essential that we have control over our own reproduction to have equality of opportunity. And when we talk about fair pay, it's frequently pointed out that, pay discrimination is already illegal. So what are these bills really about? They're about making that right, that claim to equality, a reality in women's lives. They're about making it enforceable, making it possible for a woman to realistically take that case to court, take her employer to court, and enforce that right to equality, that right to fair pay. It's about making equality of opportunity a reality. Even the Violence Against Women Act. I've worked a lot with survivors of domestic violence and other forms of gender-related violence, and I can tell you that what the services that the Violence Against Women Act funds guarantee for them is that they have access to opportunities, that they have that promise of equality, that they are no longer trapped inside their home, trapped inside a controlling and abusive relationship, and that they too can access the promise that our country promises to each one of us, that they have equality of opportunity as well. So when I hear it said that I'm the entitlement generation and that I'm here for free birth control, I suppose I have to answer, yeah, that's right. I'm the generation that believes we are entitled to equality of opportunity, and we are going to fight for it. And I just want to take a moment to thank many of you in this room, because as I look around and I watch the expressions on your faces as I'm talking, and some of you, I guess what generation you are from, I know that it is the women and the men in this room who paved the way, who fought for my generation to be able to pick up this mantle, to be able to have the promise of equality of opportunity, so that we can now take the next step and make that promise even more of a reality in women's lives. So thank you for all that you did for us. And now we move on to the most immediate step in that fight for equality. That step comes this November, when I am confident that the young women and the men who care about us in my generation are going to stand up and make themselves heard. We are going to claim our stake in equality, and we are going to re-elect a president who will fight for our equality of opportunity. And I'm sure that you're all ready to get to breakfast and probably a little bit hungry, so I'll wrap it up with that. But I thank you again so much for having me speak with you this morning, and I look forward to spending time with you in the California area of the floor. And enjoy the rest of the convention.
Good morning.